All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Potomac Curling Club for the 5:30 p.m. draw. We get started a couple minutes early here at the 12th annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. Our feature game on Sheet B is the 4 Yorkshiremen skipped by Lance Wright. Vice, Ryan Loudon. Second, Mike Hartman. Lead, Finedra Medita. Against Jack Stopera's team from Schenectady. Jack Stopera skip. Nancy Worth, the vice. Brian Damon is the second. Ron Cohen is the lead. My name's Alan. I'll be bringing you the commentary on this game. We are in the first end. We are actually about halfway through. And so the red team, red has the hammer. I'm not 100% sure which team is which yet. They will get me that information shortly.
When you're ready, at 5.
When I see that, I'm like, oh.
Now, ready next camera.
So here's the situation as we stand. There's one red rock in the top 8 foot. There's a yellow rock in the back 12. There's several guards. Several guards in place. And so on the other sheets, sheet A has the Roberts Rink from Pittsburgh against the Chris Rig from Nutmeg. Sheet C is Arthur Hoyer's rink from the Potomac Curling Club against the Zachin Rink from Nutmeg. Sheet D has Morse from Potomac against Robinson, which the majority of that team is from Potomac, but the skip is actually from Pittsburgh. So we'll be updating you on those games as events warrant. Also, just a reminder, we do have a live chat. We are monitoring it. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to pop it up and we'll answer them as quickly as we can. I know right now you're asking which team is which color, and I gotta be honest, I don't have that information yet. I'm also slightly confused by the fact that there appear to be 2 females on one of the teams, and neither of these teams has that many female names on it. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure I have the correct names for teams. They're getting me that information now.
Now hold on. Click off that here. Your house cameras are controlled up here. Being here. When you want to use the far camera, check that. You're going to dial in the far house. Switch.
All right, Stopera
Dial out far house.
is in red.
Click on it
Team
again.
Wright is yellow. Stopera in red has the hammer. I know if you can see the far scoreboard, you may see that it looks like the hammer's on yellow. I don't know why that is. They just haven't changed it yet. So the second for Team Stopera is Nancy Worth. She just threw her first stone. And here's the situation as it stands right now. Team Wright, again, they're the 4 Yorkshiremen rather. Currently have the shot stone just behind the 4 foot over to the left of the tee. And Stopera has the second shot in front of that in the top 8.
Danger. You're going to click on your hand. It's going to turn it off. Click in the blank spot. We're switching out. So ready? And go. Next camera. Next camera.
That was Ryan Loudon just throwing his second stone. They asked him to put a draw in the house. And it came up a little short. This sheet was a little strange in the last game. It was actually much slower than a lot of people expected, and there was a lot of curve from our right to our left, as you're seeing it right now.
So at the conclusion
So
of the end,
Nancy Worth is getting ready to throw her final stone of this end,
text change.
and we'll be down to the skip stones.
There's 4 we could be doing, but since it's your first time, that's all we can do. Yep, give it up like 2 or 3 hands this way. Come on back in a little bit. Yep.
All right, so we're throwing our first skip stone for Lance Wright, the 4 Yorkshiremen, wearing a very appropriate hat for the job. And what is this doing? It is, I think he was trying to draw around the guards. Is he gonna make it? No, he's gonna wreck on the guards up front. It's gonna be a little bit of tap action. Doesn't really change the situation dramatically. So we are now up to Jack Stopera from Schenectady's first stone. He's trying to figure out, he has the hammer. He's trying to figure out how to deal with that yellow stone in the back of the house. Looks like he's calling the draw around to try to get there. Kind of a tight hole to squeeze in on this first shot. He hasn't thrown a stone in several hours, and it's be a tight hole anyhow, honestly. To be shot, he has to be full 8 foot. Stone is on its way. Sweepers are not touching it. Is it gonna cut enough to get past that top guard? Maybe. No, it wrecks off the upper guard and moves into the mess of stones in the middle. Did not change the situation dramatically. So Wright getting ready to throw his second stone. Excuse me. Looks like he's also going for the draw. Now the draw line's a little wider now because Jack thoughtfully opened it up for him. See what he can do with it. He's got the stone out there. It's a very delicate weight. Sweepers are on it fast. No, that's not gonna find the hole. That's, if that even gets past the hog, which it may not. No, that stone was hogged. So now we're coming up with the hammer here in the first end. Jack Stopera facing one at the back 8. If he goes for the draw, he needs to nibble the 4. He doesn't even actually. If he misses the 4 by less than about 3 inches, he's good. He needs better than a full 8, but he doesn't even really need to touch the 4. He just needs to be close to it. Looking at the situation on all 3 of the other sheets, they've all got lots of stones in play here in the first end. Honestly, it looks like sheet D has all 16 stones in play. 14. Okay. Coming up here with the hammer. That line is not a draw line. What's he looking to do? Is he looking to tap, tap? Tap, tap, tap? I guess he must be trying to do a tap raise to create a shot out of this. And yes, he does. He actually manages to do the raise enough to, looks like he just gets the one though. Yeah, he just gets the one. But that's a very nice raise to take his one here in the first end, as he just confirmed with me. So evidently he wasn't 100% sure what happened either. But so the score after one, Jack Stopera 1, Lance Wright's Yorkshireman team 0. Updating action on other sheets. Sheet A, the yellow team took 3. To go up 3-0, and let's see, which team was that? That was the Kriz team from Nutmeg. On sheet C, Hewer is in red. Zakin is in yellow. Hewer took his 2 in the first to go up 2-0. Sheet D just finished their first end. So, and I'm not sure what score was hung yet. So these games here are in the Kwanzaa Cherry event, the second event, if you will. The losers of these games are done with the tournament altogether, unfortunately. And the winners will be going on to the Kwanzaa event, it's the B event, basically. Semifinals at 10:15 this evening. Basically, this is time when the games start mattering a lot. It's win or go home now for these teams. All right, over on sheet D. Is yellow, Morse is red, red scored. Morse got the 1. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. Robinson is in red. They scored the 1 to go up 1-0. They had a bad vision. So that's the situation on all 3 sheets. Other than our feature, we'll keep updating you on those scores as events warrant. And just a reminder to any of the 21 people watching this game that we do have the chat line open. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to type them on in, and we'll see them and we'll answer them as quickly as we can. over here on sheet B, the situation is that Wright is sitting shot just in the 4-foot over to the left-hand side of the tee. There are 2 red stones from Stopera in play. There are no guards to speak of. That second stone there, looking for the hit. I don't think they got what they were asking for there. I have a card. I'm sorry? I'm searching it.
And you know you can hit the mute.
Yeah, I know. But I can't hear you if I've got this on.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'll just take a small half plate of whatever chicken.
All right. Where are we? We are throwing red Vice, which it's the red second. I'm sorry, it's still the red second. Brian Damon during his second stone, in fact. So they wanted to chip that stone out. Clean miss, clean through everything. Missed everything in the house. Next Yellowstone coming down. Basically, he's being asked to guard up, and he did so. Didn't quite make the house, so yellow is still only laying 1. Jack Stopera asking Nancy Worth to split the house. Guard, actually more of a guard in, or draw in rather, to the button, maybe even just a little bit past it. Puts it in front of the stone that he has, just touching back the back 12. That's actually going to be a fairly hard stone to pick out, actually. Wright asking Ryan Loudon to basically put it on the button. apologize for the little hiccup right there. We were doing a little bit of a reset. He did not get to the button. He rubbed off on the guard up top. So Stopera is still sitting. Stopera is still sitting with a number 2 shot in the back of the 8-foot. Wright still has the shot stone over just outside of the 4-foot, just in the 8. It's a little bit closer though. It is behind some cover over on the left-hand side, just outside the 4-foot. Looks like Stopera is asking his vice, Nancy, to put a draw up onto the button behind the yellow guards. Now that did was just guard it up.
Must have been light. He didn't know it.
Okay, Wright is calling to do the tap raise. Did the raise, and that was very well executed. Red is now sitting 2.
Except that was a yellow stone. That wasn't a red stone.
No, you're right. That actually was a that was a yellow rock, not a red rock. I was taking too long looking at the results and not running up looking at the stone coming in. That did not go as well as expected. Red now is laying 2 behind a wall of yellows. And they're just basically looking to draw another red stone in here with their first skip stone from Jack Stopera. That was very short. Although it does guard out the raise, so that actually may have been a strategic decision when you're playing for the steal. So that may have been a strategic choice. I thought he was calling a guard, but I thought he was calling a draw rather. As Lance Wright is looking at the situation, it looks like he's planning on doing a promote. He's got plenty of promote opportunities to choose from. There's no question there. So it's just a matter of which one he's going to try to raise. Stone is on its way. Sweepers got on it fast, and they came off of it. It's definitely looking like there's definitely gonna be some angle on the object stone. It's got the raise. Is it going to? hung out. Yep, it's raised onto, it's just biting the 4. It's kind of exposed, so pretty sure Jack's going to try to pick that out. Yep, Jack is definitely going to try to pick that out. Actually, he runs a significant risk here. If he gets too much of that, he could accidentally raise it onto the reds in the back of the house and leave the yellow there. Yellow has timer in this end, so. Here comes the hammer. No, I'm sorry, it's not the hammer. This is just Red's last stone. He's looking to pick it out and successfully does so, just barely. So Red's currently lying 3. As Yellow gets ready to actually throw the hammer. So we're looking for the hammer here. Yellow, Wright from the 4 Yorksmen, trying to figure out what he can do. All right, so it looks like he's calling. I think he's just trying to draw through the hole. He's got plenty of backing. Actually, if he makes it to the backing, he'll still get his shot. He's not trying to raise it, I think. Picks off the one up front, tappity tap, tap, tap. Believe, yep, Red steals 3. So Jack Stopera's rink from Schenectady goes up 4-0. All right, so we're starting out the 3rd end here. Stopera, who's now up 4-0, asks his lead, who I have as Ron Cohen, but I don't think so, to throw a guard up in front of the house. And we do have a measurement going on here on sheet C. Wright's actually yellow, Stopera is actually red. Yeah, for those of you who are actually watching this on the web stream, we have the colors flipped somehow, so we'll adjust that in a second. Go to the scoreboard. Just switch the names. And nice little tick out. That Yellowstone may well be sitting up in the top of the 12. Okay, there we go. Wright second, Mike Hartman throwing his next stone. He's being asked to pick the shot stone out, the shot stone that's just biting the forefoot, off to the left. And looks like it's going to be a solid nose hit. Yep, very solid nose hit. The shooter doesn't move an inch. Red stone gets taken out. Yellow is now lying one, wide exposed in the hole, in the full 8. Stone picks out the yellow and rolls out of play. So there's currently nothing in that. Well, actually, that's not completely true. There is a yellow stone that's just possibly nibbling the edge of the 12 on the right side of the house, at least from our vantage point. It's just at the top of the 12-foot. virtually certain that's in. I'm not 100% certain because our cameras are not exactly centered on the pin, but odds are good. It looks like it's in. Although actually, yeah, it's in. So right now, Ryan, nope, I'm sorry, that's second. Mike Hartman throwing his second stone. All 4 games are currently in the third end. We have, strangely enough, 2 games tied at 1. I'm sorry, actually, the C game is actually tied at 2. Not 1. Red Vice Nancy Worth throwing her stone. She's being asked to draw into the house behind cover. She's got the house, but she does not have the behind the cover. She's going to be fully exposed, back 4, fully exposed. So looks like Lance Wright's asking his vice, Ryan Loudon, to tip that out and roll behind the guard. He's looking for a delicate shot, about a foot past back line weight. No, not with that line. He must call that differently. For a hack weight shot, apparently. Stone is on its way from Ryan Loudon. Sweepers are on it, and they come off it. That's going to end up hitting the guard up top. Is it going to cross enough to maybe do this the hard way? It's got the stone heading in the right direction. It does. That's not exactly how he planned it, but it works out anyhow. He's got his yellow stone on the button, not quite frozen. There's about 3 inches of separation between his stone and the red stone in the back. Looks like Lance Wright is happy with having that shot in the back of the 4-foot, so he's asking Ryan to put up a guard. Guard's going to be a little deep. It's actually going to be a lot deep. It's going to tip his stone in the back. Okay, so, ooh, that actually tipped it too far. Actually, right now, yellow is still sitting shot, exposed in the back 4. That yellow stone that was shot got tipped far enough. It is now the 3rd stone. There's a red stone in the back 8 that appears from this angle at least to be slightly closer. So right now, yellow lies 1. As Jack Stopera looking at his shot, he's basically going to try to pick that yellow shot stone out. And I think, actually, truthfully, he wants to get just enough roll to be behind the cover, which should put him in a strong position. Stone is on its way. It's the first skip stone for red skip Jack Stopera. And hit. Rolls outside. It is not shot. It's not in the scoring equation at this point at all. So right now, red is lying 1. Yellow has the 2 stone. All 4 of these games are on pretty much about the same timeline. It's kind of hard to keep track of everything here. They're making an ice adjustment over on sheet C. I don't know what they're doing. They're like picking something up off the ice or something. I guess. I don't know what they're doing. Lance Wright preparing to throw his first skip stone of this third end. It's on its way. They gotta get that past the guard. No. Taps off the guard. Rolls in. I think it just became the third shot. The yellow stone is, I'm not as confident of that as I was a little bit ago. I'm not sure which of those 2 stones is shot currently. Not 100% sure. I think the red stone's closer, but there's about 4 different angles involved because I'm looking at an angle to a television showing a camera that's at an angle to the house. So my vision could be completely wrong. Jack Stopera has a much better view and looks like he's just looking to draw in behind the cover with that much ice. I'm pretty sure that's what he's got in mind. Stone is on its way. Looking for the draw. Looks a little heavy. It's a lot heavy. It's going to tap that yellow. Okay, it eliminates all. Oh! Eliminates question as to which one is shot because that yellow one just got tapped back, but I'm not sure if he's hanging on to second shot. From this angle, probably. Looks like on sheet A, Chris stole again in the third. Yes, he did. Sheet A is a little bit ahead now. Chris did steal one to go up 5-0 after 3. We're having the hammer here on sheet B as Lance Wright tries to figure out what to do about the situation. There are 2 red stones, one of which is certainly shot, the second of which is probably second shot. They're both exposed. He could try to do some sort of wacky double action to maybe get a couple out of it, but with that line, that's not what he's calling.
That curl.
I don't think.
Get it in there. Right, thank you.
Rolling back, taking a look at it. What's he got in mind? does he have in mind? He's thrown it down the center line with what looks like definitely a hit wave. Is he trying to do a raise? I think he's maybe trying to raise one of his into the center. No, it curled enough. It's clear of that. He's actually trying to tap to blow those two reds out, or at least one of them. He's got one. Rolls in. He's definitely won. Definitely yellow 1. The question is it yellow 2 or just yellow 1? They're cleaning up everything else. I'm pretty sure it was yellow 1. One or two? Was it one? Yellow takes the 1. So Wright takes 1 to make the score 4-1.
Let it curl. It's getting very good. It's getting very good. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Where is it? Okay.
So we're now throwing stones in the 4th end. He asked for guard. He has a top 4 scoring stone. And it looks like Jack's asking his lead, to be named later, to take that stone out. It is a nice clean take, yes. I apologize, I do not know who his lead is. The name on my sheet is Ron Cohen, but it could be a Ron Cohen, but that would be strange. It's his sister? Okay. I'm not sure what her name is, unfortunately.
I don't know what it is.
I'm told it's Ron Cohen's sister. So, okay, and apparently that person's giving me grief. So, oh, it's Jack's sister. Ah, okay, not Ron's sister, Jack's sister. So, over there on sheet C, the house was incredibly confusing. It looks like Zakin takes 3 to go up 5-3. Okay, we are now throwing the 4th stone here in this 4th end. And Lance Wright asked his lead to take out the red stone at the top of the house. Did so, roll over to be in front of the red stone, which is currently shot just touching or half into the 4. The yellow stone is half into the 8. And there's also a yellow there's a yellow guard.
Let it cross. Let it cross. Let it cross. Let it cross. Thank you.
Okay, apparently we have lots of fans from Nutmeg watching because Sheet C is being a very popular, what's going on Sheet C? What's going on Sheet C? Over on Sheet C, we are in the fourth end after 3. Zakin is up 5-2. They took a 3 in the third end. It was a very confusing house, but somehow 3 points emerged from it. So over here on our feature game on Sheet B, we are getting ready for Mike Hartman, Lance Wright's second, to throw his second stone. He's being asked to pull some takeout action. Looks like it was a little bit wide, and at that speed, it's just not going to come back on this ice. There's plenty of curl in this ice, but you have to get the speed right, and that one is too heavy to come back. He's outside, clean miss, rolls right through the house, doesn't change the situation. 2 red stones biting the 4. 1 completely behind cover, 1 maybe 10% covered. And Jack Stopera is asking his second to guard something up right now, I believe. Possibly draw in. Stone is on its way. It's gonna make house. It's gonna tap the current second just a little bit, puts it behind the cover a little bit better. If you push the first button of those 4, there you go, thank you. Okay, so now, yep, absolutely. Red is now lying 3, and the 2 that are in the 4-foot are very definitely behind cover. The 1 in the 8-foot is pretty exposed and actually can be used for some double action or something like that, which looks like exactly what Lance Wright is asking Ryan Loudon to do. It's coming down with a pretty high amount of heat. It's got the sweepers on it. One of the sweepers is not actually sweeping in front of the stone, but whatever. It does not get past the guard. It picks off the guard and leaves those three red stones right in play. So Jack Stopera is going to be like, let's put the guard back. It worked well the first time. House in progress updates. These are all games are in the fourth end. Over on sheet A, there's a red stone for Roberts in the back of the button. There's 3 yellow stones at the front of the 4-foot and a red stone in the mid-8. Actually, one of those yellow stones is actually full 8. Over on sheet C, they're playing a much cleaner end. There's only 2 stones in the house, both yellow, belonging to Zakin. And there's a bunch of guards up front on the center line. One of the yellow stones is pretty exposed. Sheet D is playing very clean, but it's very early in the end also. 2 red stones are shot in the 4-foot, and there's a yellow out in the 8. So returning to our action, over here, Jack Stopera brings a shot stone in about 16, 18 inches in front of his previous 3 shots. It's not the 4th shot stone. There's a yellow that's half in the 8-foot that has that 4 spot. Stone in play from Ryan Loudon. It's his last stone at the end. He's being asked, I believe, to take out the one that's up top. Once it's shot. He's got there. What's going to happen with the roll? Virtually no roll. And that nose hit, he actually is shot. He is the number 1 shot right now. But Jack Stopera is asking Nancy to take it out. put the sweepers on this very hard. Okay, take him up. He's got the take. What's going to happen with the roll? A little bit of roll. Ooh, very wide roll, actually. Rolls off into the full 12. So red is now only line 2. Excuse me. Let's see. Looks like Lance is asking for a broom. Looks like Lance is asking for a broom to draw down to that red that's currently shot, probably with intent to remove it, or at least tap it far enough to not be the shot stone. This end brought to you by Hall Spentlips. Stone is in play. It's on coming down the ring. Lance Wright's first stone of this 4th end. They're sweeping it awfully hard because it's coming up way short. That cannot be what he had in mind. There's no possibility that's what he asked for. He did not throw what he wanted to throw there. All that does is just puts an extra guard up. So I'm pretty sure Jack Stopera intends to plug up that hole and possibly steal another 2 here.
Run back is. It's not a good run back. You want to take away the draw here?
You can see it better than I can.
But he also has the double on us. That's the double on us on our yellow.
So you can hear from you can hear the mic conversation, or not the mic, the microphone out in the ice. And that's actually picking up more of the sheet C game at the moment than it is the B. The house in there's 2 yellow stones that are pretty well buried, but there are all sorts of raise opportunities for red, so they're having some interesting times over there. Yellow's throwing his last stone over on sheet A. Oh my, that was interesting. That worked out. He did about a 5-stone tap to put a yellow stone right on the button on sheet A. And, I mean, I am at a little bit of an angle, but I am not sure how you extract that with the hammer. I'm from what I'm looking at, I do not think that yellow stone is extractable. I don't think you can get there from here.
Who's throwing lead for you?
Okay, courtesy of the fact that Jack just made a brief stop in the warm room, I was actually able to get the correct names for his team. Nancy Worth is, in fact, the vice. I had that right. Yay. His lead and second are actually June and Phil Niedrick? Sue, I'm sorry. Sue and Phil. Where'd I get Joan? Niedrick. So they are throwing lead and second for Jack Stopera, and I'll try to get that right the rest of the way through this thing. Okay, so over on sheet A, there's about to be a really loud clanging sound as a bunch of rocks move. Not as many as you might have thought. Okay. Yellow steals one to go up 6-0. Stopera is looking to try to figure out what to do with this. He has the hammer. He's already lying 2. I think he's just drawing in for a third. There's the potential for some shenanigans up front to possibly try to get a big number, but it looks like he's just defensively taking his 3, which when you're already up 4-1 and you're looking at 2, that's probably the smart play. So he's just looking to draw in. Really, all he needs to be is full 8 foot for this to be good. His broom has been placed for him by his vice Nancy, about 6 inches into the 12 foot. We're going to be curling from the left to right. It's coming in. It's close. Just gets past the guard. Does it get deep enough? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that is a take of 3. So Stopera takes 3 to go up 7-1. So after 4, it's 7-1 in favor of Jack Stopera's rink from Schenectady. Over on sheet C, we have an end with a lot of stones in play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stones in play if you count the one being thrown right now. And I think there's 2 more to come. Currently there's a red stone on the button. Or, well, just in front of the button. Arthur Hewer was trying to draw or guard. He popped into the mess of guards up front. And when I say mess, I mean mess. So all that's left with, actually we're not on hammer because Arthur has hammer. Yellow's getting ready to throw their last stone. Arthur Hewer is currently sitting 1 with the red. Yellow's trying to figure out what to do something about that. Sheet D's hammer is heading down the ice. Red is already lying 2 there. And that's through that. Oh wow, through the hole, nice. But it doesn't have the weight to get there. Red takes 2. So Robinson takes 2 to go up 3-2. Over here on our feature sheet, sheet B, we're still working our way through the lead stones. This would be Jack Stopera's lead Sue throwing her second stone. So far, all we've got is guards, and it looks like there's another one coming. yellow's stone over on C came up. It's blocking a draw line. So Arthur trying to, with his hammer, trying to figure out a way to take 2. Because if he did that, then that would become a 5-4 game, which would be very close. Okay, future game. There is a Stopera stone just to the right of the center line in the full 8. It is behind, it is 3/4 behind a red guard stone. Red's throwing another stone. He's trying to do another draw in, I believe, judging from the weight in the line. And it's in. It's going to be, actually, it covers the button. That's, if this was a draw to the button competition, that would have been real good. It is, however, exposed, so I believe that it's going to have an attempt at a takeout. Not with that line. That's kind of a line.
Thank you.
Arthur Hewer takes his 2 with a nice in-out, in-off. Wasn't what he intended, but it worked. To take his 2 to be down 5-4. Jack Stopera's second fill, throwing his final stone of this 5th end. Already lying 2. Calling the sweepers onto it quick. Looks like it's going to be a nice guard of the shot stone on the center line. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Center guard, maybe a foot short of the house, probably a little bit less than that, guarding that shot stone that was right on the button. So there's going to be some run back. The question is, what's getting run? Lance Wright asking his second Mike Hartman to do a run back of that guard that was on the center line, trying to run it back to take out that shot stone on the button.
That's done. Come on.
It's not going to do the run back. It's not going to get over, but it might chip out. It might chip it out. He made the hole. No, it doesn't curl enough. Oh. He was hoping for either the peel or the raise, and unfortunately, he just got the shot through the hole. So that gives a more open shot for Nancy Worth to guard up that hole, making this much more complicated. That's not going to bend over enough to be a guard. It's going to raise that yellow guard. Not really enough to make a huge difference in the matter, but it does leave that hole open again. Lance Wright asking Ryan Loudon his vice. with that ice, he's got to be looking for the raise. Has to be. It's got to peel off the top one. Okay, peels off the guard. Actually moves some other stuff around as well. Doesn't really, it actually just barely kisses the red shot stone back a little bit. It's now completely exposed on the back of the button. But it looks like Nancy Worth is going to be putting a guard back up in front of it. I don't know that for a fact, but it looks that way. Exactly what he got. Nice high guard. 2 or 3 feet in front of the house, guarding 95% of his shot stone on the back of the button. And it looks like Ryan Loudon's being asked by his skip Lance Wright to try peel run back on that guard that was just put up. Boy, this has a chance. This is looking good. This has some potential. Okay. Basically, it turned out the raise part was not executed cleanly, but it accomplished its goal. But unfortunately, the red stone that was being raised is sitting on the button. So red is still sitting 1. As we ready to go, the skip stones here in the 5th end. All other games are still also in the 5th end. Stopera preparing his first stone. Pretty much exactly that.
Exactly that.
He's looking to put a guard up. Question is that going to make it past the hog? I'm not 100% sure it's gonna. And even if it does, it's over curling like a madman. Now that actually was a hog stone from Jack Stopera, which could quite possibly be the opening that Lance Wright needs to get back in this game. Because honestly, if he makes the nice hit on the red stone that's wide open, exposed on the button, and the shooter sticks around, he's lying 3, and yellow does in fact have the hammer this end. So this could be a game changer right here. See what Lance can do with it. He certainly wants to hit, but I'm not sure of what he wants to do with the shooter after the hit. I gotta believe he wants to tuck it behind the cover one way or the other. I'm just not sure exactly which way he wants to go. Stone's on the way. He's gonna, actually, is he gonna flash the hit? No, he's got the hit, but he's gonna roll out of play. Shooter rolls out of play. So yellow is now lying 2, 1/2 in the 8. Excuse me. Man. 1/2 of the 8. 1 full 12.
Yeah, I want you to tap this back to here. All right.
fifth end just ended on sheet A. They haven't posted me a score yet, though, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh, come on, hard.
There they go. Oh, red gets on the board. Red gets on the board on sheet A. Jack Stopera getting ready to throw his... No, I'm sorry, Jack's already thrown his last stone at the end. Right now, Lance Wright's looking to see what he can do. He's got 2. Trying to figure out how to make a 3 out of it, or if he can even... Here he actually has a chance for... He could do something freaky and get 4 out of it. Would be... That might be kind of what he's looking to do.
Yes!
Hammers on the way here in the fifth end. Lance Wright already sitting 2, trying to get a 3rd out of it. He might actually be trying to do a split to get a 4th. Honestly, as wide as that is, that's not even gonna get, I don't think it's gonna accomplish anything. Nope, so 2 yellow. Or, well, 1 yellow. They're actually kind of looking at that red.
Give it a little. Give it a little.
And it looks like we have a measurement for a 2nd yellow on sheet B. Yep, we do. So we know for sure that yellow has gotten 1. So it's going to be at least 7-2. They're doing a measurement right now to see if he did get to if he has a 2nd to get to 7-3. And yes, it is 2. So that brings the score to 7-3 in favor of Stopera after 5.
Not too heavy.
we're now working our rocks in the 6th end here. All of our games except for sheet C are in the 6th end, and they're actually getting ready to throw the sheet C hammer. No, it's not actually true. So yeah, Arthur's getting ready to throw his last stone. So we have a Yellowstone on sheet B in the back 8. As Jack Stopera is asking his lead Sue to freeze to it appears. Got me another situation on C where things are going to be crazy confusing. That has been the game with the most confusing houses of this draw. I can't actually tell what's going on over there, and I can't see the monitor to know for sure. Stopera has Phil peel a guard, but his shooter overrolled to where it's not guarding his shot rock. This guy might be guarding some of the inside, but it's not guarding it much. They just threw the hammer on C. I know yellow got at least one. I'm not sure beyond that. They hung a deuce.
A little lighter than I thought. Top 4.
So Zakin is up 7-4 after 5 over on sheet C. Here on our feature match, sheet B, we're progressing through the 6th end. Situation is there is a red rock from Jack Stopera's team who's currently shot in the back 8. Not quite frozen to a Yellowstone that's half 8, half 12. There's also another red stone, third shot up in the top 12. There is a red guard just outside the house on the center line, not guarding anything at the moment. And another yellow guard about 6 feet shorter than that, which is guarding even less. So that's the situation as we are progressing through the second to last stones. That stone by Mike Hartman picked the red stone that was up towards the top rolled it over to the right side of the house, the full 8. So red is now actually laying 2. Jack, whoa, that stone picked. I got it. There was a pick on that stone, so I'm not even sure what Jack was calling, but he didn't get anything even in the neighborhood, but it was because of the pick. So Lance working on taking advantage by trying to draw into behind the cover towards the button.
Yes, here. Yes, yes.
All of our games right now, we're in the 6th end, and they're all actually still fairly competitive. We don't have any oh my god blowouts going on yet, so that's a wonderful thing. Jack runs another stone up.
Just getting it out of the way, Michael.
All right. Lance Wright looking to hit the 2 red stones over here on the right side of the 8 and roll his shooter in towards the middle. Kind of looks like he might just get that to happen. He's got the hit. He's got the roll. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That was a beautiful shot. Yellow is now lying shot. That stone rolled just far enough. It's not exactly frozen to the red in the full 8, but it's within an inch. So that's very nice. So that just transitioned this into a duel for the button on the draws, I believe, because it looks like that's what Jack's asking Nancy Worth to do. As we prepare for Skips Rocks, we're throwing Nancy's last vice stone right now. The stone is very wide for dry. I think she missed the broom wide. And it just never, it came back a lot, but didn't quite come back enough. So now let's see what Lance is going to do with his first. I think he's going for the same sort of thing he did last time. He's going to try to cross face. Yep, that's exactly what it looks like he's doing. He's going to come in with probably about back house weight. Try to pick off that red stone rather, that's in the full 8, and roll in pretty much to the button, more or less. It's pretty much his idea. Because you may not be able to see this on the, no, you can see it. There's a set of 4 guards that have the center of the house pretty inaccessible by any direct motion. These in-ups is about the only way to get there from here, and that's the game he's playing. which down 7-3, he pretty much has to. Not quite gonna curl enough. He hit it. He hit in the middle of the pocket. Took the outer one out and tapped the inner red in. It is shot 90% into the forefoot. So Jack Stopera getting ready to throw his first skips stone. He's up 7-3, and he has the hammer this end. And he's lying shot. Probably feels pretty good about the game right now. Okay, we just finished the 6th end over on D. I'm not certain what happened, however. All I saw was them kicking stones. So I'm waiting for them to hang a score to give a confirmation. Yellow must have scored because they're throwing the first stone. So Chris got at least one there to go up at least 7-1. We'll get the exact score as soon as they give it to me. And yep, it's confirmed Chris just took the one. Yellow skip Lance Wright getting ready to throw his final stone here in the 6th end. Looks like he's considering trying to draw to a freeze. That's a viable option. There's plenty of curl in this ice to do that. So he's skating back. He's got his shot in mind. Looks like from that broom he's calling a draw. Okay. So he's looking for a draw. He's got broom in the middle of the 12. He's looking to kind of draw to a freeze on that red. Take it out. Here comes the curl. Oh, he just pops through the hole. So Reds for sure got one. He's basically got a draw for 2. So, yep. Jack Stopera with the hammer here in the 6th. Just looking to draw in. What does he need? He needs to get a solid bite of the 4-foot to take his 2. Totally a question of weight at this point. It's got to come back some. And it's not coming back yet. It's not coming back yet. Okay, here it comes, but I don't think unless he gets a nice roll. He did get a nice roll, but not enough of one. So that's a 1. Stopera takes 1, and that's the end? Yes, apparently it is. So that's the end of this game. They're shaking it out on the ice. Stopera up 8-3 after 6. Wright concedes. So what we're going to do here is, since everybody's been asking about Sheet C, we're going to see if we can get the cameras skewed over to Sheet C. We're not going to have scoreboards and stuff, but we'll at least be able to show you the action going on Sheet C. So we're working on skewing the cameras over that way right now.
How would I do that?
Okay, and we're going. Okay, so yeah, okay, there we go. We've just skewed the cameras over to Sheet C, where current situation for those of you following along, it's Zakin from Nutmeg is yellow, currently has 7 points. Arthur Hewer from Potomac is in red, currently has 4. In this, the 6th end, Hewer has the hammer. The current situation is that there are 2 stones at the top of the 12. It looks like the yellow is slightly closer than the red. There's also a yellow stone at the back of the 12. I don't have a good angle to tell. It may be involved in the scoring equation also. So right now it looks like yellow's in a pretty strong situation, and we are working our way. What stones are we on? I can't tell. 3, 6, 7.
Sorry, second to last.
We're throwing the last yellow stone here in the 6th end as we speak. Sheet D has concluded the 6th end. What happened? Yellow got 1. So over on Sheet D, Morse only took a 1 in the 6th end. He's down 4-3 after 6. So the only game that's still in the 6th end is Sheet C here. We got 2 stones left to go. And Zaken, Z-A-K-E-N. Yep. All right, so we're actually working on getting the scoreboards updated for you here.
I don't.
That's right, I got it. Did you update the scoreboards? All right. So yellow's last stone is in flight. I think they were looking to do a tap, but this is heavy for that. What are we going to do here? Is this through the hole? This is, yep, this is through the hole and through the house. Arthur Hewer trying to get his 2 to make this a 7-6 game. He's got some work to do. Or is he just drawing for the 1? That would seem like a strange choice. Maybe that stone in the back of the 12 is more of a concern than I thought it was, but kind of looks like Arthur's. Well, no, that's actually that's a hit line. So it looks like he's actually intending to hit that yellow up in the top 12, and it looks like he's expecting he'll sit 2 at the end of it. Stone's coming. Looks like it has to move, and it looks like it might be going too fast to move. Did it pick? That just picked. But he got to raise a 1 out of it, so it worked out the hard way. Okay. So Arthur Hewer takes a 1 on sheet C. And is down 7-5 after 6 ends. So we won't. The sheet, our feature game from sheet B is concluded. So we're just going to update you on the other ones as we go around. We've actually, like we said, we've slewed the cameras over to C. So that's what we're showing you right now. We're working right now on getting a good shot of the far C houses. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we're just throwing our first stones here. That was a hog. I'm sorry, I don't have full team information on these, so I can't tell you who's up. I just know that it is currently the leads throwing. And that stone is... Where is that stone going? That stone's at least back... Back 8. Just back, well, left 8. About a foot behind the tee in the full 8 foot. So this is Zakin in yellow against Arthur Hewer from Potomac in red. Zakin is from Nutmeg, who I'm going to guess 16 or 17 of the 23 folks following us are from there, judging from the comments that I've gotten through the course of the game. Should probably ask for a Nutmeg shout out, but I won't.
Just did.
Good point. There's also a Nutmeg team involved on sheet A. Chris is pretty firmly in control of his game against Roberts. Currently up, it's 7-1 after 6 ends. So that game is well in hand. The game on sheet D is pretty close. It's 4-3 actually, is where the 7th end over there on D.
Take a look. Yes, go.
Stopera.
Stopera? It's kind of like running the timer. You do watching the game, but then at the end you have no idea what happens.
All right, so Arthur Hewer's stone is okay. Currently Zakin appears to have shot. Hewer has 2. Zaker has 3. And I think I just got my nutmeg shot out. Yes, I did. Okay. Diane is hoping that Morse makes the comeback on D. He's down 4-3 after 6. They're working their way through the 7th right now. Long way to go. And I'm going to be honest, at my angle, I have no earthly clue what's going on over there. I will update as I get an opportunity. Zakin's peeling a guard there. Doesn't really change the outcome of how things are looking over in the house. I do apologize a little bit for not being very precise on where stones are, but they're at the far end of the house, and I don't have a great angle. So unless we're showing the overhead, which we are right now, yep, I'm correct. Yellow is the shot stone, just outside the 4 foot. There is a red, and there's another yellow. There is a guard up front, and Arthur's asking his second, who I happen to know his name is Ron, because I roll with him in Monday Men's League. He's asking for a gentle tap. I don't think that was what he asked for.
Control!
Okay. No problem, Diane Anderson. We will, we are here to serve. So feel free. We'll keep you up to date on everything as best we can. Zakin's asking for his stone to be swept pretty hard. Got a hit on that shot stone, so now yellow is lying. Yes, yellow is now lying 3. We are just getting ready to start the thirds stones, or the vices, depending on how you look at it. And we're actually throwing, Morse is getting ready to throw his first skip stone over on D. See if I can kind of tell you what's going on. It looks like Morse actually may have the shot rock over on D right now in the back of the house. There's a red stone involved as well. Arthur gets a tap and a roll to taps the yellow shot rock a little bit. I'm virtually certain yellow is shot. About 97% sure yellow is shot right now. Arthur does have the second. Hewer has the second stone. And there's still a lot of stones to go this end, so this is not a definitive thing at all. All right, the 7th end is over on sheet A. They have not yet posted a score. However, red is throwing first, so they must have got on the board. I'll give you a number as soon as I get one.
So that means top 5 on the trainer, or
Great shot. Get rid of this. Okay. Control.
And red hangs up a 1, so they're down 7-2.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Don't listen to him.
So let's take our situation over here on sheet C. It looks like yellow is still shot, although it's a little questionable actually. And Arthur's got his third, throwing his second stone. And what's he trying to do? It looks like from there. I can't read off the broom what he's doing.
Are you calling the next game as well?
Yes. I'm here all night.
Be gentle to us.
No. I take bribes. Sorry, one of the teams for the next one is like, was asking for gentle treatment. I'm like, no. I give hard, unvarnished curling news. Okay, what was Arthur trying to do? I think he was trying to pop his red over into the yellow, but it went through the hole. Instead, that was a clean miss. That could not have been what he asked for. I suppose it could have been, but I can't see why he would. So the situation is still Zakin's shot, no question in my mind. And actually, he's going into remove stone mode, taking out a stone. No, he's not. Never mind. What the heck is he doing? Yeah, actually, he peeled a guard, basically. Not sure he meant to peel that guard. I'm not actually sure what he meant to do with that shot, but he peeled a guard. His shooter actually rolled over. Technically, I suppose it's guarding the edge of the 12-foot, but if that guard comes into play at the end of this end, I'll be really amazed. Morse over on sheet D, throwing his last stone into a mildly confused house. It's over on sheet D. Red, however, has the hammer, so this is not the last stone in the end. Arthur coming back, getting ready to throw his first stone. He's throwing whatever he's throwing 2-8. Arthur's stone is on the way. It's his first skip stone here in the 7th end. Looks like it's gonna overcurl and pop that top yellow. What's gonna happen after the contact? Okay, so it pops out the yellow that was third out of the way. Now I'm 100% certain that that yellow stone is shot. Arthur's laying 2, 3, and 4. So, there's some possibilities for some shenanigans here. He does have one stone left this end. Over on sheet A, for all intents and purposes, I think they're just playing out the string. I think they're actually out of rocks, but since they're fast, no one's questioning the fact that they're still throwing. Robinson getting ready to throw the hammer on sheet D in the 7th end. Looks like he's got one in the back of the 4. I don't really know beyond that. Zakin's first skip stone on its way, looking to draw in towards the button. It's gonna go through the house. Yep, completely through the house. Okay, they're really happy with whatever just happened on D, and I'm not sure what that was. Sheet D, Robinson hangs a 2. Robinson hangs a 2. To go up 6-3 after 7. Hewer throwing his last shot here in the 7th on sheet C. They're getting the sweepers on it. A little bit of a slow reaction. I hope that doesn't hurt him. Comes into the house, taps up, puts his stone on the button, but exposed on the button. We're getting ready for the hammer here, and I think Zakin's just gonna hit that and be up 3, possibly 4. Hammerstone is on the way. It's got some high heat. It's definitely gonna hit unless it overcurls. Wow, that's moving fast. That's cutting. That's cutting. Let's see what happens after the impact. Hewer definitely has stolen 1. I think he might have 2. Well, maybe not. This is yellow. He's definitely got the 1. There's no question there. What the Vice has figured out. Okay, they've agreed on something. Hewer steals 1. Yep. So the score is 7-6 after 7. So we're in the home end now in the 5:30 draw, 13th draw of the Cherry Blossom. This is was the Kwanzaa Cherry event quarterfinals. The losers are out. So this is a winner go home game. The winners will be returning to the ice at 10:15 for the Kwanzaa event semifinals. We already know who 2 of those teams are, as over on Sheet A, Kriz advanced, and in the Sheet B game, Stopera advanced. They will not be playing each other. Those will be 1 team in each of the semis. The C and D teams will be facing.
Yes! It's slow, yes, Howard. Take a look, take a look. Yes, now. Yes, yes, yes.
Zakin trying to draw behind the guard. The Hewer left just over the hog. Zakin puts his stone back in the back 8, over to the left of the house as we see it, right of the house on your camera. that shot just went through the house.
Yeah. Even deeper, Mark. Yeah, I know. No, they could go around.
Zakin's lead throwing his second stone. And this one looks like it may go through the house. It's at least going to be back 12. Hewer's on it hard with the broom, and no, it's actually just nibbling the back 12. Hewer's trying to figure out how to steal one here to force a skip straw tiebreaker, or still 2 to win. All Zakin's looking to do is leave a road open for a nice draw for his 1 to win, or a blank end where serves him just as well. The ice crew working its way over on sheets A and B, so that we'll be able to get the next draw going on pretty close to on time at least. I believe that next draw starts at 8 p.m. Zakin looking to peel some guard action. He's going to get the peel. He's going to get the hit. I don't know if he's going to get the peel. It's a nose hit and promotes Arthur Hewer's rock onto the back of the 12. So Zakin still lies shot just in the back 8. Arthur Hewer does have a stone now full back 12. That could be costly later. Arthur Hewer wants to freeze to that yellow stone that's in the back 8. Try to shrink this game down. Looks light to me. Looks like it's going to end up about 3-4 feet short of the house. Oh yeah, about 2 feet short. Still short. Stone is short of the house, and honestly right now, Zakin's perfectly happy to keep playing guard games because he's got the shot stone, and he's ahead by 1, so he's good with it. So, actually, he's not even guarding. What is he doing? Oh, he's throwing a draw. That's what he's doing. He's drawing on the wide line, trying to get to the cover. I don't think it's going to bend enough. How deep is it going to be? It's going to go at least back 8, half back 12. I'm actually 3/4 back 12. Yeah, totally back 12. To the back 12 over there as we are throwing. We are starting the Vice stones now. Each team has 4 stones left. All right. Arthur Hewer's next stone is working its way down. It's also not quite going to make the house. No, actually it makes the house. It's not going to be the shot stone. It's just biting half 12, half 8 over on the left side as you see it, right side as I see it, side of the sheet.
Take it out.
Getting down to the nitty gritty over on sheet D as well. Aren't very many yellow or red stones left over there. Matter of fact, actually, it looks like Morris is getting ready to throw his first skip stone. He needs to make a 3. It's possible. He's got one right now. He's only got 2 stones left. Well, he needs to get the one that's in the game to score and both the other ones to score. And actually, right now he's not shot, so he's got a lot of work to do over there. Over here on sheet C, Zakin's throwing his next stone. Looks like he's just looking to get rid of something. Picks out Arthur's stone. Does some promote action. Bumps his back a little bit.
All right.
Still lying 1 and 2. Moved that shot back a little bit. He's now got a stone half 8, half 12, and then he's got another one full 12.
Jim.
Can you do me a favor? Can you? No, don't unplug that. If it doesn't fit, don't worry about it. No, you can't. Yeah, okay, don't worry about it. I'll figure out something else. No, it's cool. All right. Arthur's next stone goes and slides through the house.
Right here, Jack.
Oh yeah, I brought it. That's fine.
Right here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how long. This cord's not very long.
Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Yes, yes, yes. No, he's getting up.
So Zakin threw his last stone to block up that center again. Hewer is on skip stones. Trying to figure out a way to get a stone that's going to count. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to plug in my monitor because I was losing battery and I couldn't see what was going on. Hewer getting ready to throw his first stone of this 8th end. He's drawing from the warm rooms left to right. Haven't thrown a lot out here lately, so this could be an entertaining shot. Meanwhile, over on D, Morse is still getting ready to throw his first skip stone. Trying like I was saying earlier, to figure out how to make 3 out of this. Arthur's got all 3 of his sweepers on it. He wants some curl. He needs some distance. Doesn't get there. It's short. Robinson getting ready to throw his last stone of the game over on sheet D. Looking to guard against the possibility of yellow taking a 4. Right now, all he's got really defending that is a red stone that honestly is raisable. So if he's looking to hit and roll in. That actually, I don't know. Trying to be angled to see what's going on over there. So we're getting ready for Zakin's first Skip Stone. He is currently lying shot. He's currently up 1. That shot stone's pretty inaccessible, but it is in the back of the 8, so there's plenty of room inside of that stone for the rest of this game to get played. Might just be a race to see who can pull off a good draw first.
Yes, yes. It's fine. All right, wait only.
That feels like it's got, the shot's got some speed to it. Past the tee. It's in the back 8. It's the new shot, the shot that was just thrown. It is the new shot. Robinson over on D, throwing his last stone like I was thinking about. He's looking to take out one of Morse's yellows and roll to a good position. He's got the hit, rolls out of play. Morse is in a situation now where basically over on D, he's got to figure out how to raise onto the red stone that's shot, get that out of play, and the shooter must count. He needs 3, and that's all he could possibly get. He's got 2 in the house right now. He's going to have to use one of them to raise that red, and where it is, the shooter would not count if it was just a nose hit, so he's going to have to get some roll out of this. Arthur Hewer throwing his last shot on C. He's looking to try to draw in to force Zakin to throw his last shot. Hewer's sweepers are all over it. He's got to get some movement though. He's way outside. He's got to get some draw in. He's got to get some draw in. It's coming in. It's coming in. Right now, that is the shot stone. He has done what he needed to do. Yes, Jeff, you do see bonus curling. If you were listening, you'd hear bonus curling too. But no, you're not. Hewer is currently sitting shot. We're getting ready for the final hammer here on sheet C. All Zakin needs to do is make enough contact. Now, there are a lot of jam possibilities. There's only one jam possibility that really matters. If he jams it on that back, it's all over. Okay, over here on D, we've got the last shot of the game going on. Morse trying to do a raise and roll, and he's got the raise. He's got the roll. Doesn't stick. Doesn't stick. No! Just outside of the rings. Oh! Robinson dodges a bullet by the power of some sweeping. Sweeping that stone out to take that. Here comes the stone by Zakin. He's going for it, and oh, a clean miss. Arthur Hewer steals 1. We are going to Skip's Rocks. Over on sheet D, we do have the official final. Morse took 2, he needed 3. Robinson wins that game 6-5. All right, we're getting ready to throw skip stones here on sheet C. For those of you who may or may not be familiar, it's 1 stone each team. Hewer has to go first. Well, actually, Zakin has the option to go first or second since he would have a theoretic hammer if there was an extra end. He has chosen to make Hewer go first. We will throw Hewer's stone. They'll do a measurement on it. Then Zakin will throw his stone. He who is closer wins. If both stones are on the button, we'll do it again. If both stones miss the house, we'll do it again. If both stones tie, we'll do it again, but I've never seen that. Arthur chose to come from the left to the right. That's kind of a peculiar choice because they haven't thrown a lot out there. It kind of feels heavy to me. Slowing down nicely. Where does that end up? That stone is... That's actually not a bad skip stone. Hewer puts his stone...
Your official, please.
Measuring device on it. It's not that hard. Get the measuring stick. Okay, well, they're doing it. That's a horrible way to do that. That's a horrible, horrible way to do that. Okay, they've measured Arthur's stone. Uh-huh. Okay. So basically, Zakin needs to put his stone roughly 2/3 into the 4-foot. Anything shorter than anything that's more than half in the white, it's no question. He's coming from the other side. The sweepers are on it. I got to be honest, it looks a little hot to me, especially on that side. There's a lot of ice stones thrown over there. Slowing down nicely. They've taken the sweepers off. 12-foot, 8-foot, 4-foot, back 4. No, it is out of the 8. But it's out of the 4 into the 8. And yeah, no, Hewer wins. Hewer wins the skips rock. I don't know what you said. You can go. So Hewer wins on sheet C by about a foot, maybe less. And Zakin is done. Arthur Hewer moves on to the semis. So that wraps up our coverage here at the 13th draw. And we will see you in about 15 minutes for the next draw. Thank you very much. Okay, somewhere